Live from Moscow, this is RT with me, Rory Suchet. Thank you for joining us today. It is going to be a battle over austerity when the German finance minister meets the Greek opposition leader who's been holding firm against the Berlin-backed austerity strategy. Alexis Tsipras is expected to demand international lenders to change the terms of the international bailout for Greece. Let's get some more insight now on what might actually come out of the meeting. I'm joined by political analyst and sociologist Panagiotis Sotiris from the University of the Aegean. A great pleasure to have you on RT today. Thanks for spending your time here. First of all, let's get right to it. Why would the EU powerhouse Germany be interested in having dialogue with the Greek opposition?
Well, it is normal to expect that they would like to talk with the opposition, especially if it is still probable that Syriza, the coalition of the radical left that Mr. Tsipras is leading, might be the next Greek government or might participate in the next Greek government whenever an election is going to be held. So it is normal for a German finance minister to speak with the opposition leader.
Well, you say it's normal, but certainly it's not exactly a vote of confidence from Berlin in the current Greek government, is it?
No, and until now the German government has refused to have such kind of direct talks with Mr. Tsipras. The question is who is going to put the pressure on whom? It is going to be Mr. Schäuble putting the pressure to Mr. Tsipras to water down his opposition to austerity, or is it going to be Mr. Tsipras actually pressuring Mr. Schäuble and demanding a change in the current
Well, who
policy?
do you, sorry to jump in, but who do you think your money is on? Because as you say, we are expecting a bit of a face-off over austerity.
It's a little bit complex. Mr. Tsipras' strong point is that austerity is not working in Greece. There's no end in sight in what concerns the debt crisis, and we're facing much more years of increased debt, and bailout packages and debt restructuring have not been successful in the core of the problem, and moreover austerity has brought social devastation. Recession, extreme unemployment, all kinds of social problems. That's the strong point of Mr. Tsipras, and he can also point to the fact that the Greek crisis, it's now common knowledge that it's not a Greek exception. It is a manifestation of the broader Eurozone crisis. The weak point of Mr. Tsipras, in my opinion, is that the position of his party is no to austerity, but yes to the Eurozone. As long as he has this position in favor of the euro and the Eurozone at all costs, that is where European powers, especially Germany...
But you talk about at all costs. You talk about all costs. Yes to austerity, no to austerity, but yes to the Eurozone at all costs. The costs we've been seeing for over a year, if not 2 years now. As you said, a manifestation perhaps being shown of the entire Eurozone problem, but certainly being set as an example in Greece. How much longer can the people there continue under these conditions?
No, I think we're beyond the limit of social, of how a society can handle this kind of austerity, which can be only compared to the consequences of prolonged warfare or a situation like the Great Depression of the 1930s. To be fair to Mr. Tsipras, he has never said that Syriza wants to be in the euro at all costs, but he has strongly supported that there might be a solution without austerity, but within the Eurozone. I think that is the contradiction of his policy. I think that if he had a position that would include, at least as an option, the exit from the Eurozone, then he would put much more pressure on European Union to change its course and reverse these policies of destructive austerity.
Well, there are many that question that those in the European Union, those at the top, are simply lining their pockets at the vast expense of the people around the world, and particularly around the Eurozone, that is, that basically the people, or the sheeple, as some people call them, absolutely have no representation in the government. We talk about a manifestation of Eurozone problems. We talk about a boiling up of the frustration. There have been a number of attacks on the ruling party's offices in recent days. In fact, just today, unknown gunmen fired at their headquarters. I mean, do you link these attacks possibly to the government's economic failures?
Well, austerity and social devastation brings all kinds of conflict, including violence. In this particular case, the reason lies that in the Greek government's choice of a very authoritarian police crackdown on occupied buildings, mainly by anarchist groups. And this has caused a lot of discussion and debate and lots of protests in Greece in what is being seen as a very authoritarian turn, in the sense that the Greek government, who cannot offer no other positive vision for the future, returns to very conservative law and order tactics. But in such cases of authoritarian turns, there's always the danger of backlash and having more violence.
All right, political analyst and socialist Panagiotis Sotiris, I'm so sorry. We need more time for this conversation. We just don't have it here on RT from the University of the Aegean. Thanks for sharing your time with us today. All right, let's get into some other global news for you.